we?
Good to go.
Go ahead.
Shall I wait?
You can ask
you?
questions.
Yeah, I'll ask the questions, yes.
So,
So let me know when you're ready.
am I alright wafting this about? I don't know.
You're
Get nervous.
okay. Alright, so tell me about England.
Where do we start? There's so much to know. It's always cloudy and miserable and rainy. So that's. Do I need to look at?
No, look at her.
Sorry,
Look
I
at
need
her.
to. Right, okay. Sorry. Do you have to stop then?
Oh, that's
No,
good.
we'll edit it out.
Okay. All right, that's good. Yeah, it's very cloudy typically, and rainy, and so people are a bit down and miserable. Whereas here in America, you have all the lovely sunshine for starters, a lot of hot weather, which we don't get in England. And you have these nice big houses that we're very fortunate and lucky to be living in. You know, houses and properties are a lot smaller. What else? Lots of stuff I can't think off the top of my head. So overall, it's nicer to live in America, I think. It's
Climate-wise?
yes. I mean, the weather plays a big part in England. They always say, nice day today, or, it just seems to be all about the weather, a lot of things. Starts off the day, you start your day off with it. I think the weather just plays a big part in England, I think. As well as many other things, like, the royal family, that's a big part of England, and I think that's
England in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Well, what are the main highlights of England? Like I know Big Ben is one of them.
Oh right, the things in London, what are they called?
The tourist sites.
Tourist sites. Yeah, there's Big Ben, there's Houses of Parliament, Buckingham Palace, and the guards, the changing of the guards, that's a big thing. Harrods, the store, the shop, the big store, that's a big thing, Harrods.
So you see just a bunch of Americans line up.
Yeah, they probably do want to see. Then there's the Wembley Stadium. Is that in London? Wembley Stadium, the football stadium. And then there's the big eye, the wheel, that you can go in and it's like the big wheel and you can see a lot of London and...
You get a good aerial view.
Yeah, aerial view. There's the River Thames in London. Lots of little pubs, drinking pubs, Brits like a good old drink. The beer and lager, and so you get a lot of little pubs, that are very friendly, but it is expensive to go over to England, as a tourist, sightseeing and that, it's quite...
What part of England are you from?
I'm from Yorkshire, which is up north, so a town called Doncaster, which is near Leeds, Sheffield, Manchester. It's quite close to them, which are well known more. Manchester being one of I think it's the second biggest city in England. So, we're from Doncaster, Yorkshire, so we do have a funny accent, whereas Londoners, you've got the Cockney accent, and then you've got the proper English, so you get two kind of accents going on in London. Proper Queen's English, and then the Cockney's all right, mate, a bit like that. When you watch the TV programmes back home, we know a difference in the dialect.
Now is that where you were born in us?
Yeah, I was born in Doncaster, a little town called Bentley, a mining village.
Okay.
I was raised with an aunt and uncle because my dad died when I was 10 and my mum was poorly, she couldn't look after us, so we were raised with an aunt and uncle, me and my younger sister. That might be a bit personal, I don't know. But anyway, so yeah.
Did you live anywhere else in England before you came here?
Yeah, we moved to Gloucester then, because we lived in America. This is our second time here, so the first time, once we moved back to England after living here for 2 years in Delaware then, we moved to Gloucester, which is south, not quite London, but big difference in prices of property, houses. People were different, a bit more upmarket because they had money, whereas up north it's, So it was different, but Gloucester was very nice, and the girls did school in there. They went to all girls schools, which were good for them, Kind of took them out of the Yorkshire, the dialects of the dialect were a bit nicer, people would probably understand them better. They talk kind of more proper English than me and Phil. You know, because they went, you know, they just talk different in different areas, so... you
Well,
know
that's
what I
like
mean.
here.
Yeah. So
That's
they got a
actually
better, probably, education, so, because the schools were better, kind of, you know.
What year did you first move here the first time?
What year? It was, I think it was 95, 1995, 96. I think it was 95, 96. Lindsay was kind of 5, 6. And Kirsty, because Lindsay was going, in fact, yeah, Lindsay was probably 5, she was at kindergarten, and then Kirsty was, what was she? She was 5 years older, so she was about 10, 11. And she was at, would that be middle school or June, what do you call that age group?
Like middle school.
Middle school.
Yeah.
We call it junior school in England, I know.
Did they transition well when they moved
Yeah,
here?
they did. The first time round it was easier, and we met more people because they were younger, so they were stood at the bus stops, you're meeting parents and that, so that were good. And we enjoyed the experience here the first time, so it made it a lot easier when we were asked to come back, although we're in PA this time. But the girls are older. Well, Kirsty was still, we left her at home, tears galore, because we had to leave her. She was in her second year of college, and she didn't want to uproot. You know, she was in Wales, Cardiff in Wales. And so, but Lindsay was 13, which is a funny age for a girl.
That's hard transition
Yes.
age.
But they were all very nice. She went to Kennet Middle School to start with, and she made some good friends, and she's still with a lot of them, even through university, college. It's a collegey. So she's like with, so, you know, most of them who she made first off, and that's nice, you know. But she cried and cried for the first 6 months and didn't want to. She weren't, you know, she didn't go wild and I'm not staying here or anything. She just was leaving her friends, you know, she was upset that she had to leave them behind. But she won't go back now to England. If we're like, why don't you go to college there? I'm not going back to England. She loves it here.
Oh wow.
And of course she had her first boyfriend here, Justin. She's not with him now. He's at Delaware College.
It happens.
It happens. First love and all. Anyway.
Well, how
So
was your transition here?
Yeah, you know, like I say, with us living here before, it was all right. You know, it made it easier.
Was it hard the first time when you came here? 'Cause you knew, I'm going to guess you knew nobody.
Yes, it was a lot harder the first time round because we didn't know a soul here. We didn't, but they were all very friendly Americans. That's why we came back. You know, everyone typically. You see, I want to say they were more friendly in Delaware, but the girls were younger, so that's why we met more people there. And we've just went to one of the weddings actually from the first time we were here, from one of the neighbours, Michelle and Paul Keenan. That's JP, their son, who does. And so it's, you know, we stayed in touch. Some friends we've lost touch with since you know, from the first time round, but we've tried. But, you know, things move on and they might have moved away, whatever. But we've still got friends who we saw at this wedding who used to live on the development where we lived in Linden, not Linden, it was across from Acme there in Pike Creek. What's that? Near the Golden Beacon College there.
Yeah, I know where you're at.
So we lived there and it was nice, and we'd sometimes drive down there and it's like, it's like second home kind of thing.
That's actually really not that far.
No,
So
it's
it
not.
wasn't that big of a change.
No, because I mean we're only over the border here, so
Yep.
it's, you know, it's nice that we know it and we shop in Delaware, the Diamond State, I do believe it is. Delaware, isn't it? That's why you got me my diamond new engagement ring in Delaware. For our 25 year, 25, 1 or 30, no 25 silver. And they bought me my middle one, maternity ring. So yeah.
Well, here's a fun question for you. How's the fashion different here than it is in England?
Oh, big difference. The girls do miss the fashions back home. We think I mean, New York has got your top fashions, but you know, we're kind of out in the country, so it's a bit, and it don't matter to us, but the girls still miss the fashions. When they go home, they shop, clothes galore. Clothes. You should see the closets. Oh my God, the chock-a-block. Full. Chock-a-block, that means full. Oh, you're going to have to remember chock-a-block full. You know, they do love the girl. I mean, England is like, you know, they just get dressed up to go out more in England. But we like it here because you can be casual to go out. You know, you can just, you know, if you just want to go out quick, you don't have to dress up so much.
Well, here if you're in jeans and a t-shirt, you dressed up.
Well, yeah.
Kind of out in the boonies here.
Yeah. But we don't mind that because, I mean, it's too hot as well here. You don't want to be, it's a different country and everything's different. Mm-hmm. You know, one in Spain, one in Rome. What is it? One in Rome, isn't it, the saying? Yep. You do as the Romans do, so we like it that you don't have to. But then we still like to dress up as well. Yeah. So, you know, it's, believe it or not, but I'm more cash these days. But yeah, the girls do love the fashion, big difference. Although it has got better. I mean, when we were first here and we look back at photos, but then you do anyway when you look back, you think, oh God, did I look like that? I mean, even in England, you know, but sometimes I think, oh God. But, you know, it's not everything fashion, but with young girls it seems to be a big thing, especially back home, you know, in England. Call England home, although we live here. But we do like it here. Well, Phil leaves me a lot here on my own, so, you know. So, yeah.
How was the process of moving here?
Oh, it was good, because it was with my husband's company, with Phil's company, so they did the big things, you know, they paid for us to move, so it was good that we got a good deal and it were all easy going, although we did have to wait for shipment to come in, you know, we just had to make do and you're allowed so much just to bring over on a small shipment and then you bring all your households, you know, on a big ship. Well, we sold the house, so we shipped everything over.
I know
so it was easy go, you know, it weren't such a big deal. We're a bit stressful, obviously, and leaving people behind and friends and some of the family were like, oh, but, you know, you got to move on and his job wanted him here, so, you know, we had to come. So, yeah.
That's better than most. Some transitions coming is tough.
Yeah, some do have the
Like I know for a normal Spanish family, they leave everything, they don't get anything, they start over. They come here and start over.
Because that's like a poor country, isn't it, though? Well, if you're talking...
Well, I'm talking about Mexico. Most of my friends are from Mexico.
And they're so friendly though there. We went there for a holiday, Cancun, and it was gorgeous. We stayed in a gorgeous hotel.
Well, as long as you stay in Cancun, don't go off Cancun.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know. I hear horror stories and I'm like...
One of the girls I work with, she says she moved here because the city she lived in scared her. Because all she heard was gunshots.
And the drug thing, isn't it? That's...
Big drug...
See, England's not that bad anymore. Well, we don't carry guns, and my family was concerned about that here. They were like, you know, my Uncle Sam, when he was alive, bless him, he's now dead, he said, Margaret, you're not going over there with all them guns and that, and Phil's like, I'll take care of her, and here I am on my own, like I say, he's off doing his work, and...
But you have to worry about the guns in this area.
Well, the fact that you can just buy them, all the Brits, like... You can buy your gun just over the counter, like Phil said. You can walk into Kmart and you can buy your gun, but you can't drink at 18 and like
you can't drink at 18. That's correct.
Yeah, you see.
Gotta be 21. The reasoning behind that is because American psychologists say the brain isn't fully developed until you're 21.
Oh, really?
So.
Oh, that's interesting.
So I would guess laws are a lot different here than there.
Yes. Oh God, yeah. Well, like the drinking thing, you wouldn't be able to buy your gun back home unless.
Yes.
Well, I don't know for gaming. You know, what do you call it? You know, when you go and shooting animals.
Hunting.
The word is. You've told me out sometimes and get nose. You know, so. Yeah, they're just not as free and easy as here. But then they drink at such a young age, so that's not a good thing. So, you know, there's good and bad everywhere. And,
absolutely.
You know, so.
Who did you leave behind?
We left behind my pet, Lindsay, and my pet rabbit, Mopsy, and we always refer to. I know it's crazy. We didn't have a dog. not for want of trying on Lindsay's behalf. She's always wanted a dog, and we've never had one yet, touch wood. But we might. There's some wood. Wood. So we left our Mopsy, our bunny rabbit, which we loved, although it was a devil of a rabbit. It wouldn't let you pick it up and stroke him, you know, pet him. We say stroke, we say pet. You know, it was like the devil running. What did Lucifer, our friend, used to call it? I'm not going nowhere near that rabbit, it bites. It bit Kirsty's friend Gemma, and so when we asked her to look after it when we went on vacation, she's like, I'm not looking after it, Maggie, it bites. She was scared to death, and she's a big girl, Gemma, real tall, big, nice girl, Gemma. She's from Birmingham. She had this Brummy accent, she had a funny Brummy accent, and this was in Gloucester. So she wouldn't, well, her dad ended up looking after it, but he got out, our Mops, he got out of their garden and onto the road. Luckily he didn't get run over. We did get him back after the vacation. So anyway, enough of that. We missed our Mopsy a lot. We loved our Mopsy. And who else? People, of course. Family, sister, you know, sisters and brothers, cousins who I'd lived with from young. But we used to talk and that and write and keep in touch. So, and of course my auntie and uncle when they were alive, but my auntie just passed away last year and Uncle Sam died a couple of years ago in their 80s there. My Uncle Sam was a miner. I'm from a mining village. Well, my Uncle Sam was a miner down in the pits, you know. He had a really rough life. But my dad worked in steel factory thing. He was British Ropes, it was called, British Ropes in Bowlby in Doncaster. And it was, they did steel, I don't know exactly, it was something to do with steel they made. And he was a winder, I think he was a winder, foreman winder or something. You know, so, but yeah, we miss family, and our Mopsy, we left with an Indian family though, and somebody said, oh, they'll have that in pot as soon as you've gone. I'm like, what? They eat animals like that, and I'm like, no, you can't put him in pot, our Mopsy. Don't think she's living now, but by the way, I think she's dead. I mean, we've been here 7 years.
Oh boy.
So that was sad about our Mopsy. I know, I'm silly, but
Compare to here, like your life here and your life there, how's it different? Is there any major differences, or is it routinely, is it the same?
Yeah, it is really, once you're working and, you know, but the kids are growing up, so we're finding that we're on our own more. Mm-hmm. You know, the kids are leaving home, wanting to do their own thing. But it's pretty much the same, although everything is just so much bigger scale here. You know, houses, the land, where we are, that is. I'm sure there's, you know, smaller developments and that. It's a faster pace of life, I think. Although New York's faster, but I don't know, it seems to be all go, go, go at times, you know. But that's the same back home. You know, and it depends on your family. We seem to be going to see them here and there, and, you know, and he's away a lot, so how can I define the differences? You know, it's just on a bigger scale, everything's bigger. That's the first thing you notice when you come over. When we first came looking to live here, like the first time round, it was like, wow, everything's bigger. You know, your drinks in the things and your food, bring your plates of food and just everything. We just thought, you know, it's just everything's bigger. And we'd go home and they're like, so what's America like then? You know, so when we first came, and well, just everything's bigger, that's all I said. It's like, it's just on a grander scale, you know, cars are bigger, you have all the big vans, bigger roads, you know, wide roads, parking spaces. Back home, they're like, this is like, well, I get in that space and it's just tinier and packed more, you know, in England, it's just tighter. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that, you know, I hope that answers your question. I hope that.
Yeah, that's good.
Kind of. I bet Zach's bored. Poor Zach. It's like, I've never met a woman like this one. I don't want to meet.
If you had the choice to stay here or go to England, what would you choose?
Back to live, do you mean? Yeah. I don't know, sometimes I do want to go back, but I'd never leave my girls here. You know, and you know, our life's here now, I think, and we do question, will we end up staying here until we die? And it's like, we don't know. If his job says he has to go back, then we may go back, you know. His job determines where we live, kind of thing. But I don't know, as long as we can keep visiting, it'll be alright, you know. But the girls, I think Kirsty's a bit, she might, and Brian would love to live in England because he's American, so he wouldn't mind trying it probably. Oh, but food as well, we'll miss a few food things from England, like chocolate. It's in English, chocolate. So chocolate top of the list for the girls, for the women, you know, we have to have our fix of chocolate. Certain things we like, salad, cream, gravy, granule, certain things, you know.
How about the tea?
And tea, of course, tea. But you can get a British blend here now, Tetley British blend around tea bags in giant, so they're fine. I don't bother having them brought, if people come over, I don't say, bring me some tea bags now, because I'm happy with them. And gravy and stuffing, like your stuffing mix, we used to only like our Paxo stuffing, which was from England. Now we're converted to American, we like theirs better now. Ours tastes funny now, it's like, oh, you know, we just convert to, and it's not bad, it's pretty much similar to English food, it's not as though it's, you know, French or German food or, you know what I mean, it's not such a big thing. Pancakes, we love pancakes. I know, the American food, you know, we've got, just have to watch the calories because you can go crazy and pile on the pounds, and I'm not very good at the gym. I don't tend to do gym. I need to, but you know, I'm gonna hate it when you play all this back. I hate seeing myself. Well, I don't know if I want to. You might just keep it in.
It does a good job, I'm sure it'll look good.
Oh God. Right, so.
Okay. Was there any real reason why you picked PA out of all the states? Or was it just convenient for his job?
Yeah, it was his job mainly that did. Oh, and schools actually. Phil commented, you know, he thought the schools were better in PA. Are they better than Delaware?
They are better than Delaware, yes.
Yeah, that's what we were told. So, although, well, they were smaller, as I say, when we lived here last time, so it didn't matter. I don't know why we went to Delaware last time and PA here. But because taxes are more in PA, we can't get used to the taxes. It's like taxing this tax, you know, we do find that hard to get used to, but we have to. All you Americans, just so what, you know, just pay the taxes. But you do get your big chunk back at the end, don't we? So that's...
You get a tax refund at the end of the year, but...
Yeah. But like, it's just when you have to pay extra, whereas in England it's kind of included in a price. You know, like,
yeah, when you see like a
clothes or...
sticker price, it's not the real price. You got to go up to register to get the real price.
Yeah, yeah. But then you do some good sales stuff actually. If you shop in the sales, we've learned how to shop sale-wise, clothes-wise, and you know, in big items, wait for sales, which are really good. We like that. And coupons, you know, we do the coupon shopping, and you can get a lot off with your coupons. We like that. Don't we all?
Did you live here? Did you live anywhere other than the United States and England?
No, we've only done England and America.
Okay.
UK and USA. Yeah. And family that come over love America. They all love it. Phil's sister loves it. She loves the Amish. She loves the Amish. Yeah, she does. She's like, I'm like, I can't believe people live like that. I think it's just for tourism. I mean, is it real?
It's real. The Amish are real. That's the real life.
It's interesting, isn't it? And Phil's sister, and I go on, my sister, when she came, she's like, you've got to take me to see the Amish. I want to see them. She's just seen it on TV, a documentary on it, and like The Witness, the film, you know.
Yes.
And they're like, oh, no TV, no this, no that. You know, they can't believe it. But they do have washing on the line, which we do in England, and we like that. We can dry our clothes outside.
You'll see a lot of people that do that here. Maybe not.
Some do, don't they?
I know my parents do.
Yeah, I know. I mean, God, there's no nicer than seeing a line of washing blowing in the wind and that fresh air. Makes them smell nice. You know, it's just how it is in England. Or you have a rotary one that spins round even. If you haven't got space for a washing line, you can... Did you have any of the rotary ones?
I've seen them here.
Yeah. Oh.
What has been your experience here?
Visiting different parts. I'm dying to go to Chicago. We've done Florida and Jamaica we went, which we've always wanted to go there, although that's not in America, is it? I don't...
No, but it's a big
it's easier to get to from England, and we probably wouldn't have done it from England, although a lot of Brits do. You know, just visiting places has been great, seeing different places. And where else have we been? I can't think off the top of my head now. San Francisco, that was the first time round. San Fran, Phoenix, Route 66, is that Phoenix? Arizona, yeah. And Las Vegas, we love Las Vegas. We're not gamblers though, we don't go putting money on the tables, that's not us. But just, you know, it's just...
The atmosphere.
Yeah, lovely hotels and, oh, it's just great. Just seeing all different states, and that's been great experiences for us, which we wouldn't have normally done. You know, we've really liked travelling a bit, although I'm not a great traveller, but, you know, I get sick, you know.
Do people think you're hard to understand here?
Yes, they do. They do. They're like, what did you say, Maggie? What was that? Could you repeat that, girl? What was that? I get a lot of that, so I'm like, and my name, Maggie. They're like, Maggie? Maggie. I have to say it kind of American, or try and say it American style. Maggie. Oh, Maggie. Right. Gotcha. And Kirsty, they can't get their head around Kirsty's name. She gets Christy. They never say Kirsty. Like, it's so annoying. She gets so hung up about that, you know. What's so hard about it? Yeah.
How's the language different? American English and British English?
I mean, we understand each other, really. It's just the way we
yeah.
say words sometimes and pronounce them, and, you know, and each state is different. Like in Texas, we can understand the southern from... But then some Americans don't seem to have an accent. Some have a real strong one. You know, to us it's an accent, but we've got the accent because we're foreigners, if you like, in a way, aren't we? We're coming here, so we're the ones... But to us, Americans have an accent, you know what I mean?
Apparently this area is the biggest accent. Because I've gone to like Maine, and they sound funny to me, but I have an accent. Because the people in Maine sound the same as the people in Minnesota.
Oh, right, yeah.
So, but
yeah, yours don't sound typically American. To me, it doesn't.
I've been
Unless
told
it's
that many
I've
times.
got used to you, but you don't sound... But then you hear all different accents, like in New York, you've got all the coffee, you know, Italian-y, you know. So there is all these different accents, and I like it. It's what makes the world go round, I think. I think it's interesting.
Was it an ethnic shock when you got here?
It was the first time round.
A very diverse country.
Yes.
Very diverse.
God, yes, it was. It was like, you know, just different people there again, talking different, and I think some of them are really loud as well, America. Although Phil's a loud person though, so, but typically some of them, they'll have their opinion, won't they? And very, what's the word they like? Opinionated, and they're very, Americans, I think, and this is good, I think they're very, they want to win, what do you call it? Competitive.
Competitive, yeah.
Yeah, I think that. We think that, you know. And that's a good thing, isn't it? I mean, sometimes.
I heard people from England think people here are rude.
Yeah, I've heard that. But I think until they've lived here, they can't say that. I mean, Brits have got their you know, their downfalls, their problem, their issues. They're not all perfect. They drink too much. we rather. Well, I don't personally. I don't drink. I mean, I did when I was younger. You know, I did the younger thing. Then you get older. But you know, they have to have the drink. But then again, you've got to think when you've got cloudy, grey skies, as opposed to the nice, lovely blue skies here. Even if there's a bit of white cloud rolling in, it's still bright. Whereas at home, it's dreary, grey and depressing. So they drink to drown the sorrows. And drink a lot of tea also up north. Now don't give a Yorkshire person cold tea, they would not appreciate it. It's got to be hot, piping hot, with milk and sugar, or just sugar. No honey, what all Americans seem to, well unless that's a London thing, because Americans tend to visit London, so they tend to do the Earl Grey and lemon and that, but not, there again, it depends where you're from.
I'm not a fan of the Earl Grey.
I know, not many people like hot tea. But Lindsay's got all her little friends in college onto hot tea. They're like, Kirsty, Lindsay, can you make us some of your English tea? She's gone through loads of tea bags. And they like it. Well, some want to put honey in it though, but to us it's weird. You know, you put sugar in, it can be sweet and low, or I only have milk in mine.
I should have been English. It's piping hot tea.
Yeah, you can have it hot. I mean, but then again, like here, it's hot in summer, so you want something cold. You know, I understand the iced tea thing. And so then you get used to it, your body and that, doesn't it? So, you know, and I can drink a raspberry iced tea if I'm forced. But, and I've cut out my Coke, too many calories. I love Coke and pizza, it goes hand in hand, but, you know, I'm getting too many LBs, as they say these days, pounds. So I've gone on to just a drink, vitamin water, you know, this flavoured water kind of thing. Because it's so easy to just go the American way and eat everything you can, and you know, typically, I mean, you're nice and slim figures and probably watch what you eat, and but it's so easy, isn't it, to just overload.
What's up?
5 minutes left.
Okay.
Right, sorry,
fine.
just told
Oh, no.
No, we have 45 minutes.
Oh, okay.
No, this is actually good because
Yeah, at least it's not,
good.
You can edit a lot and decide what you want to put in.
How about family traditions? Well, any kind of British traditions do you still do here?
Christmas time we have, well, let's start. Pancake Day, Shrove Tuesday, which we just had in February, I think it was. I thought it were in March. I think it were end of Feb. That's a big thing. Pancake Day, tossing the pancakes. November we have fireworks at Bonfire Night, which is 5th of November. That's a big thing. Christmas, we have to have the crackers what you pull. And you get a little toy in a hat inside. Yes. That is a big tradition at Christmas. Easter we do. And, you know, we do the Mother's Days, which you do here. We don't do Thanksgiving at home, though. That's not a big thing. What else? I think that's it. I think. Yeah. Father's Day, Mother's Day. You know, we do them, you know, they're kind of traditional. I think that's it. What else? Valentine's, we do that. That's good. Actually, they are doing the dressing up thing.
Halloween?
Halloween, yeah. What do you call it though when they do the dressing? What do they say here?
Trick or treat?
Yeah, trick or treating.
Okay.
They do that more in England. They didn't when I were a kid. It's kind of coming up, you know, coming to the forefront more these days. Yeah, like the last few years they're doing trick or treating, which is nice. We did. In fact, when we went back home last time after living it first time, they kind of were just jumping on the bandwagon with it, and we thought it was good because we were in Gloucester then, and we're like, oh, they do trick or treat like England, like America. Because we didn't do it up north, we'd never, so maybe it's just kind of coming about in the last, I don't know, 10, 15 years kind of thing. And we liked that, because we went back home and it was like, oh, they do some American stuff here, you know. So, yeah.
How was your educational experience in England?
When I was at school.
When you were in school?
Oh, well, I went to a big school, Don Valley High School in Scorthorpe, which is the next village from Bentley, and we caught a bus. We had to get on the school bus, not the yellow bus, it was like double-decker buses. And it were a big school I went to, so it weren't one of the best, and you didn't get a great education because it was such a big school and there were a lot of naughty kids. The teachers were seeing to the naughty kids, as you know, instead of teaching, they had to spend most of the lesson seeing to them. So, well, you know, so, I mean, I don't know if that's fair to blame the school, but it weren't a great school, but, you know, it weren't bad. You had to do the exams, obviously, in your final years, your last 2 years, A-level and O-level, CSEs, you know, so, it weren't bad, but they weren't that disciplined, whereas thinking of the girls' school, and they were much more disciplined in the all-girls schools, you know, I think probably the one gender
So the
schools.
like the private schools were probably a little bit better.
Yeah, definitely, but you know, we couldn't afford. They merged 2 schools together into Don Valley. They closed the one at Bentley and we all had to go to Don Valley, so it were like a free-for-all. It just weren't a great school. But you know, if you're gonna be, and